What's the best way to immigrate to the US? Through employment without making an investment, but without having a job offer. You have to show that you're kind of the creme de la creme, you're at the top of your field, and you're providing specifically, as the name implies, something that's in the national interest of the United States, thus justifying the waiver for the job offer requirement. So what's considered in the national interest and how good you have to be in your field? First of all, you need to have generally a master's degree or higher. If you don't have the master's, I wouldn't say it's the end of the road for you. We've had clients that did not have a master's degree. It's a little bit extra of compliance and verification that you have to prove, but it's doable. The next step is showing specifically that your activity or your planned activities that your work in the past in your home country and in the US will be in the national interest of the US. Now, there's generally two approaches we take with an NIW. One, we have the client open up a business, a company. We can create the company for them, create a business plan, and explain what their activity is going to be. Generally, it's based on their prior history and saying that they're going to realize their talent through this newly formed company in the US and offer their services or product through that manner. That's probably the majority of the NIWs that we perform for our clients. The other option is we don't have a job offer per se from a US company or companies, but we get letters of support where they do express a keen interest in working with the applicant when he comes here, or even basically make a job offer. So it's not a job offer in the sense of the I-140, EB-2, EB-3 context where you have an employer, they pay the prevailing wage based on the Department of Labor numbers. You have to go get a labor certificate, all that stuff. You're avoiding all of that administrative hassle, but we nevertheless show that, hey, there's a couple of US companies very interested in hiring this person because he or she is super talented, and this helps to prove the national interest prong. The other option for getting a green card without a job offer is an EB-1A. EB-1A theoretically has higher requirements to satisfy, higher than the NIW, but it's much more objective. From 15 plus years of doing this, we have had much greater success with EB-1As than NIWs. The EB-1A has, I believe, 8 or 9 categories. You have to qualify for 3 of them or more, and showing that you meet the criteria of at least 3 or more. And these criteria include high salary, awards and prizes, significant contribution to the field, publications about you or publications you have made yourself, such as in scientific journals and stuff like that. So it's much more objective. You meet this criteria, you meet this one, and you go forward.